Hello, everyone, and welcome to another day here at the Music Madness Tournament Update Daily Show. Voting ended last Thursday, but we had a day off school, so we didn't really do the show. Sorry. So today is your update with last week's final results. So we're halfway through the first round at this point. We've done 4 games a day, and I want to give you the outcome of those first 4 games, or 4 games from last Thursday. So let's remember we had Bob by Outkast, or Bombs Over Baghdad, versus Work It by Missy Elliott. And this was a close one all day long. This one actually surprised me a little bit. The outcome was Work It by Missy Elliott with almost 60% of the votes. Impressive, Missy. You move on to another round representing those female rap artists. Way to go. Way to go. Number 2, Don't Rock the Jukebox by Alan Jackson and Boot Scootin' Boogie. This was a tough decision for me. I love both of these songs so much. A lot of you probably never heard them before. Hopefully you went and listened to them. But the results are in, and Boot Scootin' Boogie takes it. It was close. But Boot Scootin' Boogie takes it. In the third one, we had Take 5 by the Dave Brubeck Quartet versus So What by Miles Davis. Take 5 is more maybe rhythmically intriguing. So What by Miles Davis. Just a great track featuring so many great jazz artists. And the winner was So What by Miles Davis. Nice. This was surprising to me as well, because I figured, Take 5 was a little more catchy, but So What, again, such a great collection of jazz artists and great playing. So there you go. So What by Miles Davis takes it in game number 3. And then to end the day, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana versus Interstate Love Song by STP, or the Stone Temple Pilots, and the winner is, no shocker here, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. This has been the biggest landslide of the entire tournament, with 80% of the vote. So it looks like Nirvana is going to be a strong competitor in this competition. So that gets us through half of the first round. So where does that leave us? Well, that leaves us with today's contenders, and we're going to restructure the voting just a little bit this week. So whereas last week we did 4 games a day and you had to log in and vote every day, this week we're going to run the remaining 16 games, but we're going to run them all week long. So if you don't get a chance to vote today, that's fine. It's a lot of songs, so you may want to go to the bracket and actually check out what's going on, listen to them, make up your mind about a few, and then throughout the week, make your votes. But the voting will be open all week long. We're going to try to get as many votes as possible, because votes began to fall off a little bit at the end of last week. So maybe if we leave it open all week long, we'll get a few more votes so that we can really have the toughest of the head-to-head battles and represent the most opinions possible in this game. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about it. This week's contenders then look like this. Aretha Franklin versus Percy Sledge. Respect versus When a Man Loves a Woman. If you're familiar with Fame Records in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, this is a competition between 2 Fame Records artists. If you don't know about Fame Records, you might want to go check it out, because it's a really cool story about Muscle Shoals, Alabama recording studio. Game number 2. I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston and Endless Love by Lionel Richie and Diana Ross. Again, 2 really, really good songs. Waterfalls by TLC and Say My Name by Destiny's Child. You Got It Bad by Usher versus Cry Me a River and Justin Timberlake. Interesting to see which direction that one falls. It's going to be close. In our world pop music category, we've got Gangnam Style versus DNA by BTS. So catchy, one-hit wonder versus pretty established group in the K-pop category. No Other by Super Junior versus As If It's Your Last by Blackpink. Another good head-to-head for sure. Oye Como Va by Santana. A little bit of older Latin pop versus Livin' La Vida Loca, which would be 90s Latin pop. And then Conga by Gloria Estefan and Malamente by Rosalia. All really fun Latin pop tunes. In our wild card category, we're seeing Jump by Van Halen. Rip, man. Rip. Versus You Make My Dreams by Hall & Oates. Man, both really good songs. Sweet Home Alabama versus Hold On Loosely, 38 Special. Again, that's like Southern rock head off. This was our one-hit wonder game. Wannabe by the Spice Girls, and you can tell me they're not a one-hit wonder, but let's face it, the numbers show at this point they're a one-hit wonder. Versus Achy Breaky Heart by Billy Ray Cyrus. Yes, he had music before Old Town Road. I know, right? Game number 12 was our boy band battle. Bye 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 versus NSYNC versus I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. Like the two most iconic boy band songs of the 90s, early 2000s, right? Yeah, I think so. And in our pop music category, the Beatles versus Elvis. I Want to Hold Your Hand versus Jailhouse Rock. It was so hard to nail each one of those artists down to just one song. I think this is going to be a really interesting battle to see what happens. And then Billie Jean, Michael Jackson versus That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. Man, two really cool songs. Let's see how this goes. It's going to be crazy. 15, You Need to Calm Down by Taylor Swift versus Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears. And then Bad Guy by Billie Eilish versus Single Ladies by Beyonce. Really excited to see where these 16 games go. I hope you're excited to vote for them. I'll put the link in the comments as we go along, the link to this and the link to the bracket. If you want to snap a QR code, here's the link to vote and the link to the bracket. The bracket is updated with last week's winners, so you can get an idea for what's going to happen in round 2, and then we'll set up the Sweet 16 and the final 8, or the Elite 8 and the Final 4, and this is going to be totally cool. Super excited to see where all this ends up. We need your vote to make this special. Please take the time this week to go on and vote and have your voice be heard in which song you like the most. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great week. See you some point in the week for a weekly update for what's going on.